Yeah, I'm so extra. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, what more do you say? Coming up. Yeah. Come on, come up now. Come on, stop me. Come on, you coming up.
I'm on a come up, yo.
Yeah,
I just caught that one.
right. And I just saw Be Inspired. I'm like, yo, look at all this stuff popping off the screen right now.
And you would think after all of these months, it's not the first time we done seen it and or heard it, but
it's like watching a movie. You get a different revelation. You see something different every single time.
exactly.
I was just watching a movie the other day and it was the same thing. Like, I don't remember seeing that part. So,
But what I also realized is it's a little subliminal as well, too, because
Oh, yeah.
I could be in the kitchen and all of a sudden it just kind of comes up. Like, I'm so extra, I'll just start kind of dancing. So.
Oh, well, hello, everyone. Welcome. Y'all are here. We are here. We're back. House of Peach is in the house, the virtual house. So we are so happy to be with everyone. Please do whatever it takes to share this out. Share with everyone you know. Somebody needs to see this broadcast on this evening. You guys are already in the chat. Hey, Corey. Hello, Jason. So happy you guys are here. We're happy to be here. Morgan, what's going on? What's up? How are you?
I am great. I had a little brunch at the beach today.
Ooh.
So yeah, catering wise. So I did a little bit of that. And my folks is coming to town tomorrow for the weekend. So I'm excited. I'm like actually really, really excited. This will be the first time I get to meet a lot of extended family. So, and then of course I get to, like I said, hang with my peeps, my little siblings.
Very nice.
I'm excited. And then, okay. Well, first off, how are you?
Me being me.
You being you.
Taking care of things and, getting stuff done and thinking about my next step. And, it's fine. It's good. I don't have anything to complain about. I'm very happy.
That's good. Well, I know I was happy when I got a whole package in the mail.
What did you get in the mail, girl?
This was my placenta pregnant before.
Right. You know what? Now that I look at it, it does. Oh,
yes, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get into this. If y'all have this and you haven't already, jump into the Facebook group that's there too. Like, I'm super excited about what's about to go on in that group as well. So yeah, I just wanted to shameless plug my sis here, because this right here was it. I posted a picture yesterday in my story and a couple of people were like, what you got? What you into? Eyes. I need that. And I just surely clicked the link and copy and pasted right there. Yes, everybody get on board.
Yes. So as you all know, I was blessed to publish my first book, and it's a 31-day devotional. And on September 1st to October 1st, we're going to do a 31-day devotional. I have a separate group for all of those who purchase the book and want to be a part of that. And I've just been, really praying to, find out what I'm supposed to do each day. I know each day we're going to go through each one of the entries, and then I don't know if it's going to be me doing a recording or if it's going to be live or if I'm going to bring people on or how. I don't know all of the details yet, and I have a few more days left to figure that out. But I am looking forward to it. I'm excited. People are joining that group left and right. Every time I turn around, there's a request to join the group. So I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, I keep looking at them like, oh, I can't believe I did this.
I know. I looked at it and I was like, April Anderson. Like, look, I got that right there is a whole accomplishment. Like to be published.
Yeah,
Like that's it. I'm like super, super proud of you. Like super proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I did a post on Facebook today talking about self-limiting, limiting talk, and limiting self-talk. Same difference, but I had to think about myself and how myself in the past and how people we say things that limit us. And if you always say, I can't do this, I can't do that, then you never will. So we have to be mindful of what we say. The scripture says, death and life lies in the power of the tongue. And this, remember, we have in our mouth will cause us, we will say things not really realizing that we're sealing our fate or sealing things for ourselves by continually doing that. So for me to be able to publish this is like, whoa.
Yes.
I never said, oh no, I can't do that. That's too much. No, I never said that. I just jumped in with both feet, like, let me do this, let me do it. And as I'm going through the process, it was like, yo, I'm writing a book. This is something. And then to get them in this, I don't know where I was, but I got the notification that they had made it to the house, and I was out of town somewhere. And so when I came back and the boxes were in the room, and I was like, oh, they're here. So I did the whole reveal thing, and just the reaction on that video was straight up real because I hadn't opened the box. So to look at them was like, I can't.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a lot, but I'm grateful, and I'm so grateful for everyone that has purchased and supported and everything. Yeah, Corey says she got her too. I got one for her and one for her god sister. She ordered for both of them. So yeah, I am. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So if you're still interested in purchasing the book, you can go on my Facebook page. Morgan has it on hers. We can put it here some kind of way to add it in. I think people have to do that. And you can still order. I've shipped out probably 8 of them today, I think. Wow. Trying to get them to people so they'll have time for the devotional that we're going to do in the group starting on the 1st. So I'm like, let me get to this post office today. So hey, Jackie.
Yes.
Happy to see you.
Hey, Jackie.
So yeah, that's it. But we have a phenomenal guest on today. Yes. Another one of Morgan. You can not the link, not this link. Just send them to YouTube. Rosa, send them to YouTube. So Morgan, tell us about our guest on today.
So this guest is like a super, super dear friend of mine. She was one of the first people besides my husband that I met when I transferred to the University of Delaware. And we were like butt buddies. That was my friend that like I went to all the parties with, I hung out with when we weren't partying. And I could just really share some life with. And then as my friend groups changed over, the 3 years that I was there, she was always consistent. And then, life happened, she moved, I moved, and then, sometimes I thank God for Facebook because it is a great thing. And so I was able to, reconnect, and she's still one of the most amazing spirits, like even now. And for me, that's big because, we change over time, and who we were as teenagers and young adults is not necessarily who we are in our 30s and 40s and whatnot. So, yes, I was like, so when we like reconnected, I'm super busy. So I call myself out to be like the horrible friend, but, but she has been, available, like, hey, let's hang out, let's do something. When we did end up meeting up recently, we just, when I say connected on so many levels, just in sharing about what was going on in life, things that we've dealt with. There were things that I was dealing with that she had already gone through. And when I say she just very vulnerable and very open, just shared, and she was the person that I needed at that time, and still is. And so I just appreciate who she is. But when she told me what she's looking to do and what her dreams are based upon what she's doing right now, I was like, girl, that is absolutely amazing. And, anything that, even somewhat lines up with the things that I do, the first thing I'm thinking of is, how can I help? You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm just sitting in the wings waiting for the next step, because, she's sitting on something that's going to be big. And I know I know that it's going to be a game changer in a lot of different ways. So, without further ado, my buddy Rosa Milan.
Hello. Morgan, you give me too much credit.
I told you, girl, I know the truth.
We do it big over here in the House of Peach. You didn't know? Now you know.
Look, don't cry. We can cry later, okay?
Oh, I'm good. But yeah, I'm just, it's funny, like Morgan said, like, we've been friends since college, and then I left college probably in like the end of 2004, early 2005. And so I moved back to Delaware at the end of 2019. And so we reconnected. I think it was like during COVID, we reconnected, and it was just, it's 20 years, like, essentially. But yeah, she's definitely, we've been friends for a long time. That's my girl right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're so happy to have you on and to share all this. My curiosity has been piqued. I want to know all that you're doing, because Morgan said it's a game changer.
Listen, I hear. I told her she gives me too much credit.
It's a game changer. Like, I'm like, oh, tell me all about it. I'm like, yeah, tell me.
Well, I was like, just like you get excited, I get excited when my friends are doing something or they have an idea and they're like, this is what I want to do. And so, when she put it out there, I was like, you're what? You doing what? Oh my God. Yeah. So like I said, I'm sitting here on bated breath and hook, like, just call me and tell me you did it already. That's what it is. Right. I was like, start off just, introducing yourself, telling us a little bit about you, who you are, a little bit about your life, whole 9 yards.
Okay. All right. So my name is Rose Milan. I'm 37 years old. I'm a Cancer. That matters. And I am a hotel manager. I've been in the hospitality business since 2016. I started in a full service hotel. I can't do too rock. I started in a full service hotel. And I've been in different types of hotels for the last, so many years. Like, I was in one hotel when I lived in Pennsylvania, and then I moved to Delaware. And when I moved to Delaware, I was in one hotel here for 3 years. And then I switched, and then I went to a different hotel. Some of them worked out, some of them didn't. You know how it is in the industry. You bounce around, you find your fit. But my end goal, my 5-year plan, is actually to open up my own bed and breakfast. I plan to do that by the time I'm 40. So I got a couple years yet. I'm working on it.
Oh, did you just see the look on my face? Like, what?
So my goal has always been to learn everything I can about the hospitality industry, working every facet of it so that, I can run my own. And so, yeah, that's my plan. So,
wow. Oh, that's going
exactly. When she thought, I was like, God, let me just process all of this, because it just
between bed and breakfast. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever been to a bed and breakfast before, but what I've heard is just the hospitality and the food and just how you're treated. I've seen the movies. And I'm like, wow, they're treating them very well. Like, they're feeding them and everything. And
right.
Nice atmosphere and everything is beautiful. And there's always some history behind the home or what's in the place.
Area, yeah.
really key. Oh, wow. So you have that planned out within the next couple of years. You want to open that up.
Yep. So
Oh, wow.
it's been my goal for the last, probably, I want to say, the last 5 years, and my plan
Okay.
is to do it by the time I'm 40. Um,
Okay.
so I mean, I've learned, I've been in different. When I say I've been in different facets of the hotel industry, I mean, like, I've been a front desk agent, I've been a food and beverage server, I've been like a hotel restaurant manager. Like, so, right now I'm the assistant general manager of the hotel I'm in now. Before that I was an operations manager, which is a similar role, but it's not the same thing. I've been a housekeeping inspector, like, I've been a housekeeping supervisor. So, and every single level in hotels, like, it's like, somebody you somebody's reporting to somebody. So
Mhm.
on the I've been the somebody who's reporting, I've been the somebody they've reported to. So,
Mm.
you figure if you learn how to do everything, then, you know what I mean, then when something happens and you need to jump in or whatever the case,
Yeah.
you're the one with the experience and the knowledge and whatever. So yeah, that's my plan.
So you literally have been getting training with all these years for this
Absolutely.
without even putting
Right.
two and two together. Like, oh,
Right.
I've been
Well,
getting training for this
so
already.
I've been doing it intentionally though. Like, so it's not like,
Oh,
so that, like I said, it's been my plan for years. So it was always my goal to, okay, well, I'm going to learn this part now. I'm going to learn
yeah.
this part now. And I don't stay in one place, too long, and I don't say stationary, like, because I know there's still, a lot to learn, and, there's more to grow. And, so yeah, I get it. I go to the next one. I learn this part, go to the next one. So when I'm
Oh,
ready, I'm going to do it myself.
I feel you. What
so
made you get into, like, I guess, hospitality?
I actually fell into hospitality kind of by accident. So here's what happened. I was actually working, well, all right. So I was working in transportation. I worked for, back in my hometown. I'm from this little podunk town in Pennsylvania. But um I was working in what's called the parking authority. So I was working for, like, parking transportation, and it was a union job, but the union, the something was going on with the state, the city, and they were going broke. They were going bankrupt. So they had to sell off their assets. So the building that I worked in was part of the city's assets. So they sold it all. We were union. They gave us a severance and told us do whatever we want for 2 years. We were getting paid, but we couldn't work there anymore. Cool. So my severance was running out. So I applied and I was working retail. So I ended up becoming and I'll talk about it now because they'd already closed out, but ended up becoming the food, ended up becoming the home fashion manager at the Christmas tree shops. And I loved it, like, because, like, I grew up sewing and that kind of thing. So, like, curtains and, all that kind of stuff right up my alley. Pillows, curtains, you know, dinnerware, all that stuff. Like, my mom's a Southern belle. That's kind of her thing. Like, you know what I mean? So I couldn't stand a manager that I had there. And, I tend to have a temper. Morgan knows, we've been there. And so it got to a point one day, it was either knock this heifer out or quit. And so, I chose to just go. So, so I was there. I was there a couple years, and right when I was quitting, I saw that they were building a hotel across the street, and it was a Hotel Indigo, which is like IHG's, one of their boutique hotels, and it was very, very new and very different for the area that I was in. I'm from, like, near, like, Hershey Park, that area. And so it was very different from the area that I was in, but I was like, I could work in a hotel. And so I just applied. And so that became, I applied, I got interviewed, and that's how I joined hotels. But when I joined it, the hotel hadn't opened yet. So I was on the opening crew of that hotel. And so, 6 months,
Just so
8 months
different.
before the hotel opened, I was, helping the crew, get everything ready and go around. Knock. Sorry, kids.
You're good.
We all look. We have them. We get it.
it.
You didn't see mine sliding over here trying to get the bathroom. I'm like, there's a whole bathroom on the other side. Like, why are you
Right, just in the way, just nosy. For what? What are you doing?
Give them their 2 seconds of fame. Just let them have their 2 seconds of fame. It's all
No, she had a bonnet. No, she can go around.
Hey, that's the it thing now. Is the bonnet? Come on.
For real. I done double took a couple people in bonnets. Like, oh, this is what we do with that.
No, it's not.
Terrible.
Right. That bonnet don't belong nowhere but your bedroom. Like, go to bed, wake up, take it off.
Yeah, we can do a whole show on the bonnet. Okay.
Oh man, that might be a good he said, she said. We're gonna come back to that thought. Right?
Hey.
You know what? I'm getting some ideas here.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, keep talking, Rosa. Keep talking.
Anyway, so I was on the opening crew at that hotel. And so I was, because, it was we had a very small staff because, it was very new to the area. It was really a concept thing. They weren't sure how well it was going to do. So they kept everything pretty tight. So everybody on that staff, that opening staff, was cross-trained. And so I was trained to be a front desk agent and a housekeeping inspector. And so I was doing, 2 positions at one time. So opening day went through, we were a hit, we were doing it. And I was, going back and forth and this and that. So what happened was I was there for a few months, and then they found themselves shorthanded in the kitchen in the restaurant. And the food and beverage director really needed a server. While I had been a bartender, that was one of my hustles, bartending, serving. When I was 18, I used to work at the Waffle House when I came home from school, and make some extra money. I was home for the weekend. I'd call up my old manager and be like, yeah, I got some hours for you. Come on down. So, I had experience. I was like, I'll serve for you. I got you. I had the time that day. I jumped in. I was serving. I was killing him. So he ended up fighting with the housekeeping manager and was like, I want her to be on my team. And she was like, I want her to be on my team. And so basically they were like, well, whoever offers me the best package is the one I'll go to full time. So he was like, listen, I need an assistant. I need you to be my assistant. You should be my assistant. This is what I'm offering. And that's how I became the food and beverage assistant director. And so and it was just that simple. And we had such a great working relationship. A great working relationship. Like, it was very easy between us. Like, cause you have those bosses sometimes. They're a pain in the butt. They're, you know what I mean? But for he and I, we understood each other. Like, and he was an older gentleman. So he was very rigid. He was retired military, and he was a police officer in DC, and he was a very rigid person. But my father's a rigid person. My father is the same kind of person, military, this and that. So where everybody else was finding him intimidating, I was paying him no mind because, my dad's the exact same way. Ain't nobody worry about you. Like, and so he was
about you. It's all right.
Exactly. That's what I tell my kids all the time. If you can survive me, you can survive anyone in this world.
Right. And for me, it was like that with my dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so he appreciated the fact that I wasn't intimidated by him because most people were. So I was just like, anyway, what you want? So I would bother him a little bit every once in a while. Like, we would so in hospitality or whatever, like when you're doing, you have banquets and things like that. And those were, some of the things we ran, meetings, weddings, that kind of thing. So it was meeting rooms, and we would set up and have to put notepads out on all the tables or whatever. So we would do really random stuff where all of the pens would be one color, except one would be a different color or flipped upside down because he was, for the military, he's a stickler for the details. We changed one pen color the middle. It would drive him insane.
I can see you getting a kick out of that too.
I still get a kick out of it. It's been it's been almost 8 years. I still text him on his birthday. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my guy. Like, but yeah, so like, so from there and that particular hotel, like I really enjoyed that hotel, but I left because I moved to Delaware. And so that's how I ended up here. But that hotel was my foray into hotels. And that's where I decided that I wanted to make hotels my career. And that's when I joined hospitality for real. For real.
Wow. One thing that you said that really stuck out to me is that everything that you've done was intentional to get you to
It
where you're
was.
trying to go. And for those people that want to start businesses, and it's amazing that you said that, you have to be intentional with every movement. Like, you can't be just lazy or I'll just do a little bit here, I do a little bit there. No, you need to do the research and seek out for whatever field or whatever you want to do, whatever business you want to start. You got to do the research and you got to make sure that every move is calculated. Like, I work in surgery. There's one surgeon, an orthopedic surgeon I work with, and every single step was calculated and it was for a purpose. He wasn't just doing random stuff in the
Right.
surgery just to do it. Everything he did had a purpose, and it was so strategic and it was so exact. Like, we knew how he did things, and it just made it so much easier. So for entrepreneurship, you got to know what you want to do, and you have to take the steps. You have to be intentional. You have to be exact and precise with it. Like, you just can say, oh, well, I'm just going to go to school and do this. Well, what exactly do you want to do? Like, what is it? So you saw what you wanted. You said, okay. And then too, the timing. Oh my goodness. Like, all the revelations that's coming to me.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, the timing. You said you didn't stay long in one position. You didn't want to just get stuck somewhere.
Right.
And then
Exactly.
out on other things that you need to learn, which means 40 would come and go and you still would be trying to learn, but you strategically placed it. Like, I want to stay here. Okay, I've got what I need to now. It's time to transition on to somewhere else. Like, that is important when you want to have your own business. Oh,
And the
my.
fact that you could see when you had grasped everything that you needed from that location or from that team, and then been like, okay, I got everything here, now it's time to go. There's a lot of people who have problems with that, which is how, like you were saying, April, you can wake up and 40, boom, you still have the same job that you did when you were 18 years old, you know?
Yeah.
And for our generation, it's different. You know what I mean? Our parents had the same job for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And
Yeah.
so when they see us hopping from job to job, you ain't never going to get a job. Why can't you just stay somewhere? In certain industries, it's necessary to do that. Why? Because then someone sees, Rosa as someone who's got a myriad of experiences. She's got a plethora of knowledge in just from a lot of different places. Because like she said, every hotel does something different, and so that's commendable because a lot of people don't see that. They don't take that leap. And you obviously knew that you also had something to offer. I mean, it helps to know that folks are fighting over you,
Yeah. That says a lot about you.
It's like, okay, I can leave here and I know that I can go over here, and this is going to be a cinch to get in because I know who I am.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Well, hey, just from that alone, I'm coming to your bed and breakfast. Because I know you're going to take care of me. So I'm there. I am there. I'm going to be on the book.
Okay? Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's not a bad thing. Like you were talking about changing jobs, and our parents, they were on their job 30, 40, they retire. My cousin works in DC at one of the universities there, and there's a guy that works with her who's been in this same job for like 60 years. He started when he was 18 and he never left. And I'm like, you just closed yourself off from so much in the world. And here I was concerned that I would be in a place 2-3 years and then I'm moving somewhere else. But now that I think about it, based on what you said, I was picking up stuff and learning and seeing different things so I could add it into my own. Like when I moved to South Dakota, I'm like, why am I even here?
That's what I was going to say. That South Dakota move, it was like for what?
Yeah.
But obviously, it was to put you where you are now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was for extra leadership training. That's what I was there for, because I couldn't figure out, why am I in this place? The winters are just horrible. And I don't see many of me.
Look, I was going to ask that eventually.
But then after I left, it's like, oh, you were there to learn more about leadership. Got it. Okay. But did I have to go there? But every place has been strategic in what I've learned and gleaned from there. So, hey, I'm cool now. I don't have to stay 20, 30, 40 years. Now I don't want to, because it gets stale after a while. Like, I'm okay, I'm done. Let's move on to the next place. So.
Or you end up like my dad. My dad was one who worked the same job. He got his job as a stockbroker by fluke. He stopped to go ask for directions, and because he was lost on his way to an interview. And the people were like, oh, well, we're hiring. Why don't you go upstairs? He did an interview and got picked up off the street. At the time, had just gotten his GED, the whole 9 yards. And so, and he was one of the first Black traders on Wall Street. Now, when he was in his 50s, now it's like, boom, you're done. But now it's like, so now what do I do? And my dad has never really been that kind of guy who just sat around. So then it was just like, but here's the thing. He had never done anything but that.
Wow.
So now it's like, well, all I know is stocks and bonds and money and trading. And I don't want to do that anymore. You know, it's not like he didn't have people knocking down his door like, hey, why don't you start a firm? Or, hey, why don't you come over here? Or why don't you consult? He was like, no, I'm not trying to do any of that. And he tried all types of stuff. He got a job at Nordstrom's. He got a job at Amazon. And he was like, nah, none of this is for me either.
The Amazon industrial complex at 50?
Girl, but it wasn't, the crazy thing, it wasn't even that. He was used to wearing a suit every day, and he was used to your 9 to 5. He wasn't used to Monday come in from 7 to 3, Tuesday come in from 11 to 7, Wednesday come in from 12 to... He was like, what is this? And if it was too slow, then they were sending him home, and then he gets a paycheck and he's like, what is this?
Right. Sounds a little schizophrenic, a little bipolar, and all of that.
Let me talk to HR, because these numbers are funny. So good for you. So yeah, continue. So what I guess, what is your intentional lesson right now that you're learning, or the information that you are trying to master?
So I've been through, like I said, I've been different types of hotels. So there's a couple different variations of hotels. You've got your like resorts, you know, like your all inclusives. You go to DR, that's what you're doing. You got your full service hotels, like the one I work for. So like my first hotel. So I'm talking like restaurant in the hotel, might be a spa, like that kind of thing. And then you have your other hotels, are called extended stays. And those are places where there are a couple kind of people that are there. One is for people who are like, they're at work and they're working in the area and they're going to be here for, you know, a month, 6 months, a year. And so this is where they're staying, where they're here. Then you have those people who are like, oh, my house is being sold, but I got to wait a month until the next one's ready. So I'm staying here in the interim. And then you have those people who are like almost homeless. And it's like, well, you know, this hotel is the last step between me being out on the street and, you know, me, you know, losing my place, getting evicted or whatever, that's the case. So right now I'm currently in an extended stay property. And for me, like, that's the one that I really hadn't done yet. Like, that's the kind of vibe I hadn't done. And so it's a very interesting, like, atmosphere for me. So, you know, because like, I'm one of those people. I'm one of the nicest people you ever meet, but I'm not that friendly. You know what I mean? Like, if you tell me you want the shirt off my back, you need it, I'm going to give it to you because you told me you needed it. Like, but that being said, like I'm not the friend making type. Like we're not buddies. I'm not hanging out. You're not getting my personal number. I'm just not that personal with people. We're not friends. You know, business is business. Friends are friends. Like I'm one of those people where I set boundaries and I keep them because, you know, and so the thing about an extended stay hotel is I've noticed a lot of those boundaries and those kinds of things are blurred. So I think that right now is my life lesson. Like just dealing with those people and not taking everybody else's problems on because I tend to do that. Like, you know, like because I'm one of those people that think with my heart. And so it's like, you know, well, so and so was homeless and, you know, she was evicted, she lost her house and, you know, her house burned down and this, and that. Like, listen, I have these resources. If you need them, I will be happy to give them to you. But the thing about the hotels is that, you know, it's a for-profit business. Like this is not a nonprofit. They're in it to make money. So,
Right.
you know, like, you know, if you got to pay on Friday and your card declines, like you're probably going to be put out on Saturday. Like you might want to come up with the bread. I'll give you till 6:00. Like, I think for me, that is the lesson that I need to learn, that like that over niceness, that part, like just those interpersonal relationships when they're so, those lines are so easy to be blurred. And it's different in an extended stay hotel. It really is because, you know, those people are not transient. They're like, you know, a transient hotel, you know, they're here for the weekend. You never see them again. So oftentimes these people are here for 3 months or they come every Tuesday and stay till Friday or, you know what I mean? So you get to know these people, you know, they start telling you about their life stories. Like you see their kids growing up, you see, you know, their niece's wedding pictures. And it's like, so it's definitely a different vibe, but that's the lesson that I'm learning right now.
I can definitely attest to that because before I moved here to Texas, the entire month of March, I was in an extended stay, and it was the worst, one of the worst experiences I've ever had. It was on me mentally, but to actually see the different types of people like you were talking about that were there, it was it was it was an eye opener. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to be here for maybe a couple of weeks until I get into my new place. And it ended up being the entire month. And then seeing the caliber of people that were there. And then, too, it was a Marriott location and it did not carry the Marriott name as far as the excellence. And so I'm thinking because it's Marriott, it's going to make me feel like I'm at home and comfortable. But then when I get in there, I'm like, what is this?
You got a Super 8.
And then seeing all the different types of people come in, I'm like, oh my God, where am I staying? But I that's what I had to do. So
Absolutely.
you know, I can understand trying to separate the business from the personal. You know, you can't let them, because some people will take advantage of pulling your heartstrings. It's like, look, this is, like you said, this is for profit. These people are trying to make money. If they don't make money, if they're losing money because you're there and I'm not doing my job, then guess what? I'm going to be living with you. Because
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
It's totally different with the, and I've been in all the different types that you named, types of hotels or places to stay. And yeah, there is a different culture. It's a different vibe, feel, just standards are totally opposite in different places. But
Yeah,
so
absolutely
that
right.
you get to take all of that into your bed and breakfast and make it what you want it to be, because you've seen all sides of it. You've seen the people that would come in, because they're going to try that at your bed and breakfast.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, but I think this is the life lesson that I am preparing for now. Like, you know, so
Yeah.
like I said, it's intentional. So, you know, like I know what to look for. You know, I can spot them a mile away. And it's not, and it's so, and I say that all the time, like even when I'm at work and I'm just like I can see it. Like it's to the point now, between like the discernment that I was born with and just being in the hotel industry. Like, listen, I can read people like an open book. And sometimes it's almost a curse, because you want to give people the benefit of the doubt and you want to, you know what I mean? But it's like, yep, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say that, but I also see like the good in people. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can see like, I can see the guy who was like, a pilot and he's here for work for a month and he's just, just the funniest person you ever met. And you know what I mean? Like I can see that too. Like I can see that spirit as well. And so, but I think that for me, it's just like, once you see it and once you see what you're looking at, then you know how to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that's what it is. Like, okay, so this is how I, approach this situation. This is how I deal with that. And so for me, that's what I'm learning.
Well, give me the
What's
clip notes
going to-
because the entire time you've known me, I am that person. I give away everything. I just be like, here you go.
So we need to teach you that word no.
I'm getting used to it.
So this is what you learn. Boundaries. These
it.
are my boundaries. If you can learn that part, the rest will come easy. But that part's the hard part,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
your personal boundaries, your professional boundaries. Once you learn them and you draw that line in the sand, and then it is what it is. Like don't veer from that. Like if you can do that and respect that for yourself, then the rest of the world, they'll either fall in line or they won't. And if they don't, then why do you have someone in your circle who doesn't respect your boundaries?
Absolutely. Say that one more time for the people in the Right. Let's do that. Yeah, there you have to have that because if you're trying to build something and some people may see it and what it can be before you really see it and really accept it, and they're going to play on that and they're going to cross the lines, and then the next thing you know, they're almost derail what you're trying to do or trying to get you to sway them in their direction where it benefits them. And then the whole purpose for you starting your business has just been more geared towards them. Like, oh, I'm just the running person for you. This is for you, not what you want. So maintaining your footing and staying aware of what you want and keeping it on track is very important to know. That because people will try you if you allow them. But I do have this question. What is going to make your bed and breakfast different from any others across the U.S.?
For me, honestly, I think it will be my experience in the hospitality industry. Like, because I can bring those facets from, the totality of my career, the totality of my experience, that I think that I can make it great because, like, I know what it feels like to be a guest. I know what it feels like to be a worker. I know what it feels like to be a boss. Like, and so I think that, I can influence the actual working culture as well as, creating the brand and everything else for the building itself to make it what I want to be. Like, I know what I look for as a traveler.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when I take those things into consideration, I think that when I get there, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love being a travel agent because when I book and I go into a place, sometimes they know and a lot of times they don't know that I'm a travel agent unless something flags it in the system. And then, I'm able, and I'm one of those people, like I'm going on everywhere I can to give a review, whether it's favorable or unfavorable. The last
I love it.
Travel agent to come and patronize your facility and it not go well because we're the ones with the customers, and we're not going to recommend your location to our customers.
You are absolutely right.
That is important. Like, you've been on the traveling end of it. You've seen, all of these different areas. So you know what people are looking for. And you've probably seen all of the reviews to know what was wrong, what was going on. And so you're like, okay, well, I know not to do that. Okay. And do more of that. People like that. And just kind of cater yours to it and have a little bit of everything in there. I'm telling you, I'm coming. You need to hurry up.
I know.
Let me ask you this. Now, you said you want to have it open and running and everything by 40. What if it happened before then? What if in the next year and a half, it just comes to fruition? Would you be?
I think I'd be ready. Like I said, I've been working on it for a few years. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've been, you know, building like, my my whole knowledge catalog. I think that if it happened next year, like if you asked me this 2 years ago, would I be ready? I'd be like, no, not yet. I'm not there yet. But if it happened next year, I think I'd be ready.
Okay.
If all the stars aligned for me and they were like, hey, this opportunity, if it just fell in my lap, absolutely. Let's do it.
You never know who's watching. You never know who's going to watch later. Who's
Absolutely.
Reach out to you. You never know. And hey, I'm that person. I put stuff out there. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh my God. And then we're going to be calling.
I know.
Do you know that she's open up? Give me the link so I can book. Give me the link.
Exactly. Look, I done already called for at least one guest appearance in the kitchen for her. Okay, I'm like,
listen, I'm like, absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, well, I need to be there on that time. And let me know how many days you're going to be guest appearing so I can remain. I'm going good.
I will boost my
celebrity chef.
Travel plans. How about that?
Absolutely.
Be like, Rosen, here's what we're going to do. April's coming into town. So
Right. I'm leaving off one plane from one location, coming straight there, and I'm looking ready to see when I get there.
And I was like, what I like and what I'm excited about is like I see this becoming a whole brand for you.
Oh yeah.
Like this is not just one.
Yeah, exactly.
This when I say this is not going to be just one, it's not going to be just one. And I know that it's like, oh, okay, I gotta go to Cali. Well, as long as Rose's B&B is within driving distance, you know what I mean? Just like Mariah Carey needs what? Pink toilet paper? I need wherever I'm going to be with
I love it.
Right. Rose's B&B. Like that's how I look at it. Like I said, I know this is gonna be big. I feel it in my soul. And that's just because of who you are. Like it really is who you are. Like you said, yes, you're bringing your knowledge to the table, but Rosa, like the person that you are is what's just going to really make this thing skyrocket.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Listen, I know so. I know so.
We need you to be in the I know so stage, not the I hope so. Because Morgan just took the words right out of my mouth because I kept seeing multiple locations and I kept hearing all of the reviews as you're talking. So don't just settle for the one. Yep. Don't settle for that. And what I do know is when I see something or when I hear it, you better bank.
I got choked up saying it because I'm like, this is about to be so big, and I'm just so
because it's going to be a distinction different than any others, and people are going to feel that. So as soon as they walk in the door, they're going to feel that difference. And they're going to know, okay, this is somewhere where I can come and feel safe. This is somewhere I know I'm going to get the care that I need and I'm going to enjoy my time. And so then it's going to be, okay, is it in this city? Okay, I can't go there. Is it in that? Is she over here? Okay, I can't go there. Is she here?
Absolutely.
But because you're there, they're coming for that experience there.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I like bed and breakfast specifically because this is not somewhere that's got 200 rooms.
No.
So you don't have all of these people that are coming in and out. And so it really is more of a custom care. And you know what I mean? Like that for me, you've got me right there. Like, what? It's only me? What? It's only me and my family? 3 other people up in here? Yes. Like that speaks to who I am. So that exclusivity and being able to really be pampered and taken care of to that extent, I think is, such an awesome idea. And there's not a whole lot of them. On top of the fact being woman owned.
Yeah.
Or people of color, because let's be honest.
That too.
I've not been to one yet. Where
I think there's one in Philly that I haven't.
I think there's one in like DC or Maryland.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, that sounds like a little trip for us. We could go to Philly and check it out.
Let's do it.
I'm coming there. When I come in October, I want you to cook. I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
You.
Exactly. Rosa, okay, so you got to come over here and make this like a B&B, and I'll just cook.
Okay.
Oh my God. Listen, I need to come back. Don't have me over there like, you know what? I think I want to stay another week or so.
That's how you did in Florida. I was over here like, please, Dr. V, don't steal her again. Like I just got used to her being around the corner, and then she's.
I know. I know. Wow. Well, I am very excited for this. I feel like, honestly, I feel like you're ready now. I believe you have everything you need. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, if you haven't done so already, start working on the specifics. If you haven't found a location, start looking for a location, at least your initial one. Start the paperwork, at least get the paperwork so you can read over to start filling it out. Learn all the ins, at least, and then to find out about insurance and all that other stuff. I'm sure you probably, but you need to be more intentional about doing that now, because it's not going to take you 3 years. It's not. It will not be 3 years. It's going to be more like 1.5 years tops, and it's going to be open. So I need you to speed up.
I love it.
Listen to her.
I love it.
And I try not to go in this direction. Morgan can tell you, I try not to go there, and I always end up going there. And it's like, oh, let me just be quiet. Like, no, you might not want to do that. And Whitfield, I don't know if he's still on here, but he knows, and Corey knows, and Jackie knows. Like, I try to be quiet, and then when I see something or I hear something, I gotta say it. So yeah, Jason's on here. He knows too. So yeah, it's not gonna be 3 years. 1.5 years tops, and you need to look for a location immediately, and you need to get that packet of whatever you need to on that end and start filling that out and get stuff in place.
Exactly. You know what's crazy? Actually, when you said look for a location, Rosa, I'm gonna put you in on a little secret that I've been doing. When I see something and I feel like the spirit is like, that's yours, or that's where you're going, or this is what you need to look into. There's a building not too far from where I am, and it's had a for lease sign up for almost a year. And I hate the color, but I love the look of the building. And I'm like, I think it's still up for lease because it's supposed to be mine. So once you find a location and you see this and you're like, you know what? Yup, this is it. Claim it for you. And even if that means you got to walk around it 7 times.
I know that's right. And holler after that and make whatever's blocking you crumble. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's crazy because once we get, like you were saying earlier, April, about, that self-limiting talk, once we get to a place where we're like, okay, nope, this is what this is. And this I know is for me. And now you done found it. It doesn't matter who takes a look at it. It doesn't matter how many people put a bid on it. It's for you. And so it's not going to go anywhere. They can keep bidding on it. It's going to keep sitting there.
Yeah.
See, I believe that too. Like, what's meant for me will never miss me. Like, absolutely. Like, when I find it, it's mine, it's mine. Like, there's nothing that can come between, me and this manifestation, this destiny. Like, this is mine because it's supposed to be. I absolutely believe that.
Oh yeah, it is yours. Claim that. Claim that. I'm excited. I am excited. It's going to be very successful. And one thing that Morgan has said on a number of our shows is that for entrepreneurs, people are sold on you. So they will come because of you, because of your heart, because of your desire to provide an environment for people to be themselves, to eat well, to rest, to really recharge, whatever their reasoning for being there. They're coming because of you and how you made them feel. So one thing I know for me in the past, what I've done was never been myself, never. And I always put up who I thought people wanted me to be. And it never, I had people connected to me, but, it never did feel right. So then once I started being myself, my true authentic self, is like, where are these people coming from? So what I have draws them. So what you have, it just wasn't by chance that you wanted to go into this arena. Like, we don't just have, I just like it. No, there's something in us that's driving us to that. And that is what, and then we excel in it, and we do great things with it because it was already planted in us. So there was a reason, and you're going to find out what that reason is when you open it up and you get your first people to come in. You're going to have this aha moment of, this is why I've always wanted to do that. It wasn't just, oh, I like this. No. It's something deeper to it. And I want to know, when you find out, can you please stay in touch with me and let me know?
Absolutely.
What it is. I don't know what that is. Only you will know, and you'll know when that time comes. But yeah, I'm excited. Oh my goodness. I'm ready. Like ready. Really ready. Yeah.
So see, I didn't oversell this. I told it exactly the way that it was.
Yeah, because when she said it, I was like, what? You want to do what?
That's exactly what I did. I was like,
yeah, that's going to be phenomenal. So you will need, I don't know how employees work with this. Because you're going to have some people for housekeeping, of course. And then you have people that are going to work in the kitchen. Morgan, not you all the time.
Right? No, you're right.
Well, Morgan's gonna be my celebrity guest chef.
There she will.
Once in a while, and just
Right, you gonna have your
exactly. I ain't got no babies coming, Rosa. I got some hours for you.
Have your special chef coat on,
right?
And, you're getting some knives. You have it all. You just ready. So
exactly. Yeah, but what else is necessary? Yeah.
You're going to also provide employment for people. And that's an amazing thing, because there's still people looking for employment. And you're going to make an avenue for them to be employed. And that's good. That's a good thing. So it's just going to help not only you, but it's going to help those guests that you have, and then those that are going to work with you. It's going to give them something. And I believe that the right people are going to come along that are going to be with you for the long run. And they're going to be like, Rosa, when are you opening up the next spot? Exactly. I want, let's expand.
Right kind of help. Yeah.
So they might be pushing you like, wait a minute. Like, come on, we need to let's go. Let's go. So that'll be great.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Rosa had said earlier, she's like, her intention is to change the culture when it comes to the job force. And that is, I think we had said that maybe a couple of shows ago, like, people don't just leave jobs, they leave mismanagement, they leave, disorganization. Right. So like you said, because you have been a cook, because you've been a cleaner, because you've reported to someone and have had to report to someone as well, you've done it all. So there isn't a space where you can't empathize. There isn't a space where you can't train. There isn't a space where you can't be able to say, what you mean you can't do this? I know I've done this. I know that it's totally possible. And no, I'm not asking too much of you. Mm-hmm. I'm asking you to just do the job that's being asked. And right. I think that's what's lacking in a lot of jobs. And so, that's going to take you far. You could be like the Chick-fil-A of bed and breakfast.
Oh my goodness. That says a lot right there, because I've been to a lot of Chick-fil-A's in a lot of different areas in different states, and they're the same every single place.
Right.
I might get a bad one. Yeah.
That's so important. Like, absolutely.
That customer service is everything. And then my mom, I was on the phone with her yesterday, and she went somewhere. I can't remember where it was. And just the way that the girl came on the intercom, and I was like, and I was on her car, so in the intercom in her car, and I'm like, oh, does she not want to come to work today? Like, what happened to customer service? And I hope she heard me. Like, I would have pulled off, said, you know what?
Never mind.
Energy is totally off. I don't even want this food.
You got the wrong energy for my food. Yep.
Right. And that was so cool too. Look, I don't sleep on the energy of the food at all.
Listen,
put my burger in the bag. You ain't even got to be flipping it, but don't put that burger in the bag with that stank attitude.
Right. You just gonna slam it in there, my burger all messed up. Oh, I'm eating it, I'm sick later. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why I'm grumpy all week and I ain't do that. Nope, we're not doing it.
Transference, like, no, I'm good. Yeah, I want to leave and feel good. Like, oh, I'm so happy. I want to eat this food. They're great.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be
Absolutely.
careful about that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
April,
same.
we can host like a little event or something at this B&B too. Like we can
Ooh,
just rent out the B&B
I like
and then
that
do
idea.
like an event. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
See there, year and a half. I'm telling you, year and a half.
Look, and you got the right group of women, okay?
Oh
Because
yeah,
we
we can
viewers.
put it together. We'll put it together now. We'll plan an event. We will make it happen, and it will be very successful. Just know that.
Yes, yes,
We'll
yes,
put you on
yes.
the map. We'll put you on the map.
Exactly.
Mm.
And
So
if you're free on the 7th, you might want to come through October 7th to our networking event. You never know who you might end up running
right.
into or rub elbows with, where
Of
somebody can
course.
be able to say, like,
Details.
I'll
Send me the
I'll send you the
details.
information. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. We are going to do it really, really nice. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Me
I keep
too. I'm like, I don't know if I'm
seeing
excited more for the event or to be able to meet you. I feel like I'm just equally
I'm going to take all of that excitement. No, I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. No, we're excited for the event, but I'm excited to meet everybody. I am because I feel left
So you
out.
two
Like
never met in person?
No.
no.
Oh wow. I thought y'all were like old friends or something.
That's the funny part about it. Exactly.
That's how well we do together. From the
Yes.
very first phone call, it's been like this, and here we are, all these
Absolutely.
months later, like we old friends. I know. So you can, if we're like this now, just imagine how it's going to be when we get together.
That's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you could say anything to people who not necessarily in the hospitality business or could be about entrepreneurship and going after their dreams, any kind of encouragement, words of wisdom, what would you give to them?
um, so I think for a lot of us, especially people of color, I think that we suffer from imposter syndrome. Like,
Mm,
like we don't necessarily believe that we're supposed to be in this space. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that me personally, I've struggled with that too. Like, am I supposed to be right here, right now? Am I the right person for this particular job at this particular moment? But I came across something very recently, and they were saying, the sister was saying, like, Black women, she sees that a lot, that we struggle with imposter syndrome. But she was saying, best believe that if you are in that space, they don't hand Black women things for free. So if you're there, best believe that somebody vetted you and crossed every T and dotted every I, and you are exactly where you were supposed to be because you are the best person for that job. And I think that is, like, an encouragement in and of itself. Like, I'm here because I'm supposed to be. And, if I don't have the validation within myself, I know that these people have also verified and validated me because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be because I'm the person for this job. I think that's what I'd like to leave for everybody else.
what?
That part.
That just resonated with me so seriously. With one of the positions, I'm a director on one of the national boards, and was trying to figure out, like, why me? Why they pick me? Why they choose me? And now I get it. You're right where you're supposed to be. You have what they need to contribute to be a part of this. Wow. I hope y'all are hearing this, because she just like dropped the like literally just dropped the mic on us. And what else can we say behind that? Nothing.
Nothing. Literally.
Nothing. Oh my goodness. That was, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be
Now
thinking about
imagine just a regular conversation with Rosa. I'm gonna just let you know she drops gems like that in a regular conversation.
Well, I would be that person to say, hold on, let me open up my notes here. Let me write this down. Or here, let me turn my recorder on. Now say that one more time.
Yeah, exactly. What you say again?
Oh, wait a minute. I got a notebook in my purse here. Let me write this down. Now say that one more time.
Yes. Look, the last time that actually I saw Rosa, I think I probably quoted her for like 2.5 months after I saw her. Yes,
Really?
I'm so serious. There were so many things that you taught me in that conversation where I was like, wow. I really went home and was like, God, Rosa is amazing.
That's funny because we were like really tipsy the last night. So you were calling me drunk, like
listen, if I'm drunk, then imagine
we had those
it's sober.
buckets of like.
That's hey.
No,
So
Caesar.
going forward, if Rosa gets like that, you better have some kind of recording, something ready. My cousin in New York like that. When he drinks, I kid you not, he can spit the coldest rhymes, and I was like, I could have been a millionaire by now with the stuff you've been doing all these years. So he was at my house for Thanksgiving. I was like, come on, y'all give him something to drink. I need some millions, okay? Come on.
That part. Look, I'll be your ghostwriter, Rosa.
Hey.
look, April, you get on that writing bit. You got that already, one under your belt.
Right. she verified. She wrote a book.
Oh my goodness.
That part.
Wow. Oh my good. Well, that was really profound. And we have to, and that goes along with the self-limiting talk, self-limited thinking. You don't think that you belong there. So then you don't stand up and come to your full potential. Like you don't walk in like you belong there. You don't carry yourself like you belong there. Like any place I walk into, I don't care if I'm walking in Walmart. I belong in here. Or I was in Nordstrom in North Carolina with my son, and I walked in like, yes, I'm supposed to be in here, and I shopped and I bought what I wanted to buy. Like, what? So I have to get myself into that mindset, because you're right. We have been thinking that, oh, we don't belong here, or why we here, or not. You got to think there's something in you that put you in this place. There's a reason why you want to be an entrepreneur. There's a reason why you want to help people. There's a reason why you go into healthcare, whatever field it is. My cousin just had surgery on Monday, and I went to see her yesterday. And as I'm leaving, this lady, we had to go by the emergency room, the emergency department. This lady was coming in, and she was bent over, and she had her granddaughter with her, and she literally could not hardly walk to get in there. And so being who I am, I'm trying to find her wheelchair. I went to the receptionist and said, listen, this lady right here, she's trying to get in here. She can barely walk. She's in a lot of pain. Do you have an extra wheelchair somewhere? And so she just sat there for a minute. And then she went and said something to somebody who ignored her. And then she got kind of acted like she was looking for something. And I was so angered by that. And I get on the phone with my mom, and I said, you know what? I want to buy a hospital. I want to open a hospital. And I want to show people about customer service and patient care. Like, these patients, their insurance or them personally are paying your salary. These people are not coming in here because they just want to come to the ER. This lady, she literally got somewhere and leaned and was screaming in pain, and they just sat there. I was so angry. Like, I'm gonna buy a hospital, and I'm gonna just fire everybody and hire new staff, and I'm gonna show this is customer service. This is patient care. This is how it needs to be done. And clearly, Rosa, you have that.
Okay, New Amsterdam. Yes.
You know what to do with that. So we have to understand that there's something in us that drives us and pushes us and motivates us to certain things. We just don't happen. You just didn't happen to be a doula, Morgan. Yeah. You didn't just happen to be a chef. There's something in you about loving people and helping people, and the excitement from the births and how it helps the families and how much joy it brings. And then you put all of that into what you're doing. Same way with Rosa, you're gonna put all of what you learn and what you deep down into the B&B. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. They're gonna feel that when they come in, like, oh, I'm excited, y'all. Let me come down. I got up here. You know, it don't take much. I'm like, oh,
right.
Yeah. Talk, Morgan, because I can't.
I'm just glad that someone else gets to share in this excitement. You know what I mean? Because I be over here at the back end, like, so I've got lots of friends doing some really great things.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I was like, that's why I love this podcast, and I love doing it with you, because like you equally get as excited you know, and you love to see people growing, people, you know, in their space, people, like you said, being intentional, walking in their purpose. And so, you know, this is just another one for me where I'm like, yay. And I get to say, like, I knew her when. You know what I mean? We go back.
Like 4 flats on a Cadillac.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I think that's what makes me even more excited because like I said, as we continue to grow, this is someone who like also celebrates my wins just the same as I get excited about what she's doing. And to be able to have friends, people in your circle to be able to do that, like I feel like allows the journey to be that much easier. Because you're right, it's not about validation because you have that self-validation, but to also have like their cheerleading section behind you, like, yeah, you got this, yeah, you can do it. And then, like I said, willing to just whatever, you get that space, you need stuff mocked, you need stuff, you know, painted, whatever, I'm there. I'm there. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be a part of helping you build what you're going to build because, like I said, who you are is absolutely amazing. And I feel like you deserve this. You do. So yes.
Oh my goodness.
Let's end it there before I start to cry. And when we talk about I love you, Rosa. I really do.
Oh, I love you too, Morgan.
And I love the both of you. Oh my goodness, look at the time. It goes by so fast. Y'all, Rosa dropped it. She dropped it today and gave us. I am so excited for you and your B&B. Oh my goodness. Do you have a name for it yet?
I don't. I've kind of been just kind of, you know, probably a variation of my name, but I haven't figured out how I want it, you know. My name is Rosa Rose. Rose is my middle name. And you know, ever since I was little, you know, they told me my name's supposed to be in lights. So probably a variation on that. But I don't know exactly. I'm still kind of working out those details.
Okay, well,
I figure it'll come to me when it's supposed to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It will.
Look, and the next time we get together, I'm bringing Maya, okay? Because Maya helped me with, I think, both of my names for my businesses. Yeah, like she just is one of those spirit things.
Yeah, she's the one. Yeah, you definitely need to talk to her. Yeah, she can do it. She can definitely do it. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come on. We have thoroughly enjoyed having you and learning all about what you're doing. Y'all just keep a lookout for Rosa and what she has going on. Oh, I'm so excited.
I know. Look, another person for Where Are They Now?
Hey.
Yeah. We're going to do that.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Give me a couple years. I ain't ready yet.
Here we go.
Whatever. When we come back, what day is it? Today is August 22nd. So around that time, this time next year, I'm gonna be hitting you like Rosa.
Okay, that's
this
fair.
Podcast real quick, and you're gonna be like, kind of got like a full house. So I'm gonna send you some
No, I'm gonna just give you a tour. Like, listen, check the place out.
And that's what we want. We want that. Right. Live video. Here we go. Check it out.
Yes, exactly. We speaking that into existence right now. Okay.
Absolutely. So, guys, next week we will have our what is it? She said. I have so many things swirling around in my head. It's like, wait a minute, what? So we're gonna do our he said, she said next week, and we're gonna reveal. We're not gonna do it today because we need to solidify that topic. Morgan and I are going to talk, but we will have it posted throughout the week to let you know what the topic is. If you would like to be a guest, male, female, it don't matter. If you would like to be on the panel to come and discuss our he said, she said topic, then you need to hit one of us up, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, and let us know. You can send an email to the House of Peach email, and we will get that as well. So let us know if you want to join. We We'll send you the link when it's time, and we will just have a discussion laid back. The last one we talked about submission, right?
Mhm.
Committed relationships and marriage, and that turned out to be really good. So
Yeah.
we want to have as many of you, male and female, on as possible. Also, if you know of any female entrepreneurs that we have not interviewed on our show, then we need to interview them. So have them connect with us and show their interest, and we will get them on the schedule, because it's like towards the end of the year. Like we're
Yeah.
coming down to 23, getting ready to book for 24. So we want to make sure that we get everyone on, because people have really been connected. People have really been helped. There's a lot of information that's been given. So this has been a great time. Definitely these 8 months that you and I have been together.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna have to go back and actually count. Like we've had a lot of female entrepreneurs so far. And like you said, we're not really running out either. I still have a whole lot, my resources, you still got, and then I was like, and then there's people that we don't even know.
Yeah, so they're going to see this, and they're going to come and they're going to add on to it. So, Peach, if you would quickly put that QR code up, if you can. If you guys have not subscribed to the House of Peach, we need you to scan the QR code. That way you can keep up with when we're live, when we have events, when things are going on. So you will know we are here to inspire you, to uplift you, to encourage you, to push you into your destiny. That's what the purpose is. And we do it every single week, and we have fun doing it. At least I do.
I do.
We have a lot of fun together. So until we come back next week for the He Said, She Said, we hope you have an amazing ending to your week and a wonderful weekend. It did something here in Texas it hasn't done since I've been here, well, at least in a couple of months, and that's rain. So it rained today. Surprising. We've been in triple digits for weeks. And then it rained today. Like, yay!
Yes, exactly.
Good for you.
Cool down,
it's been a lot. It's been scorching. Like, oh my goodness, this is
real.
Yeah, I told them. I said, I feel like this sun is so disrespectful that it would just burn your flesh off, and we'd all walk around, just skeletons walking all around. Our skin's been burnt off. That's how I feel. That's how hot it was.
Yes. Skin melting, just
walking around like, hi. Where's your skin? Oh, no.
What do you mean? Where's yours?
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Let me stop. All right, you guys. We're going to see you next week.
We will
Have
see you
a wonderful evening and the rest of your week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah, I'm so extra. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, one more juicy.